Welcome to the Color Red Couch, week 4. We've got Dragondeer with us today, and they're going to tell us about the single we put out last week called Stay High. First off, Dragondeer, where did the name come from? I'm sure you've been asked millions of times, but I've actually always wondered.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. So I used to work at a sushi restaurant when I was in college, and we used to sell quite a bit of Kirin beer. I Googled what a Kirin was, and it said something to the effect of a mythological creature from Asian lore, half dragon, half deer, that was a sign of a new era or like a new emperor, and it was always considered a sign of good luck.
I had no idea that it was going to be a beer reference, but I'm really happy about it because I love beer and I love Kirin beer. So, I'm not just a wine drinker. I'm not sure what number single we're on now, but we've definitely put
Is it 4 now? Yeah, it's 4 now. Loving it, man. We've been particularly guarded with our music, through the years, either pretty much putting it out ourselves and just kind of hold it sacred. And so we had different people offer us different things, and none of it ever felt very good to us. But when we hooked up with you guys, like, man, these cats are musicians, and they're cool, and they're in it for the right reasons, and they're down with the analog tape, and things sounded good, and obviously, we have mad respect for the new master sound. So it's like, now it's like a total no-brainer. We're just like, yeah, let's.
And it's always difficult to know what to do. Yeah, with you either hear stories about being ripped off, or you have experience of being ripped off. That's definitely was the start of my career, was getting ripped off by various people, and so you're always a little suspicious, or you just don't quite understand the deals, and you send them to lawyers, and then they talk in their language, and it's a bit of a minefield out there for sure.
Yeah, it's a minefield, and it's just like people are cheesy, for lack of a better term. You get into some office meeting, and people are saying things that they think about your music or want to do with your music, and in the back of your head you're just like, this is cheese dick. Like, I don't want this guy repping my art or my brothers at all.
I'm always surprised. People always say to me, it's like, yeah, I just picture like a lazy Sunday afternoon. I'm thinking, that's not what I intended at all. It's like, I thought I was making edgy music, and then talking about a lazy Sunday afternoon. I was like, yeah. So the new track that we put out this week, Stay High, we did put it out on 420, but it wasn't a 420 reference, in my understanding. Is that correct?
I mean, I think it had allusions to it. I think it had a dual meaning. I think maybe because Cole wrote the lyrics to that one and the music, and we kind of got behind it. And I think it was a bit of a weed reference, but kind of as we started playing it, it had more of a sort of a living in like a higher vibration and more of a like a positive like life affirmation kind of feel to it.
That's what I got from it. That was
It had such a kind of chanty feel to it, and you were saying it over and over again, almost like a mantra. So it was like, once we kind of saw how the crowd reacted to it, and that was to like really boogie down. It felt more of like a cut loose and sort of a keeping spirits positive thing, which does well for these times. But there is some grass connotations as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a mantra for these times where it's very easy to get lost in your own four walls, and just kind of, some days you feel inspired and some days you're completely like deflated, and just it's a weird one. It's a bit of a roller coaster, even though we're not leaving our space. It's just like we're having such a roller coaster within our own space. It's quite interesting.
And one of the things I want to talk about, because we did that Stay High video with Jason, right? We were supposed to go into the studio with you the weekend right before.
That was literally it. It was like the March 23rd, we were supposed to go and start the recording the whole album, or like finishing the whole album, really.
Right, and Jason had bought lights to do a color red thing for Stay High. And, you know, both those things in our mind went to the wayside. And then maybe 2 weeks into quarantine, once we realized that Stay High was in the pipe and was coming out on color red, we were like, fuck it, dude, let's just do the video. Let's do like the quarantine style, you know. Let's go in and each individually shoot, you know, whatever quality footage we can, whatever interpretation that each individual member has. Some, you know, Casey playing bass, little playing guitar, me sort of pantomiming the vocals, dancing around a bit. Carl's playing drums in his living room. He's playing by himself. It flashes to he's got his baby Bjorn to him, you know, in the footage. And then we took that footage and gave it to Jason, and we literally collaborated over Zoom, where Jason had, you know, we were all on Zoom with him. He did a screen capture of DaVinci Resolve, the thing that video in, and in real time we're watching his monitor as he's scrolling through the video, and we're like, hey, a little more of Cole, hey, a little more of you know, a little more distortion on the visuals, and we literally, you know, edited a video in real time as if we were over his shoulder, and it was like we were all so excited about it.
I was surprised that it was done during quarantine because it didn't have that feel about it. You know, and I think Jason, and now I understand a bit more that you were kind of so collaborative in it. I feel like it kind of, it brought such a band feel to it, so it didn't feel like a quarantine video to me, you know, and that kind of explains it. That's now I get it.
Yeah, because we were in, like, you know, 5 Zoom meetings deep with each other, being like, let's do this, it should look like this, it should have a VHS feel, it should feel like we're stuck in these screens, because we are fucking stuck in these screens, you know, like, you know, and it's, you know, each individual member, but then we wanted to sort of have where you do something called, there's a nerdy term, but it's like opacity blending modes, where you can have videos of the 2 pieces of video at the same time overlapping, right? So we wanted to have that visual aesthetic where, as if we were together, blend even though we were apart, you know.
Yeah. In contrast, we put a Master Sounds video out on the same day. And that literally is just us on kind of 70s style TV screens, and there's no merging at all. But it's very obviously a remote tune. But this video didn't give that vibe. I think that's really cool, actually. That makes a lot of sense, and you know, it just shows to Jason's talent as well. You know, yeah, very cool. Well, it's good to catch up with you, and good to chat about these things. And it's I'm looking forward to doing what we were supposed to do, which was go, and you were going to go take me around some of the bars where the band kind of started out, and then literally a few days before it locked down, we couldn't go to those bars, and then we couldn't even get together. But you know, when this is up, we can go to those bars, and I'm looking forward to getting a few drinks with you at some point.
Dig it, me as well, man. Soon come.
So anyway, that's it from me today. Thanks for joining me on the Colruyt Couch, and we'll see you next week. See you later.